Hey, good morning. This is encouragement and motivation from my heart. I know I missed posting yesterday, but the same message from yesterday is still resonating with me today. So I wanted to come on here, and my hopes for this message is to challenge you, to encourage you, and motivate you to continue moving forward. So today is called What Challenge Are You Facing? And throughout our lives, we face many challenges, and unfortunately, we just can't stop or wait until the challenge passes or goes away in order to live. We have to make a choice. Your challenge could be with other people, your job, your family, your journey in life. Whatever it is, there is not an option to just stop or ignore it. It's like trying to ignore a screaming kid or a loud alarm. You won't be able to ignore it for long. A recent saying that I've seen and that has resonated with me lately is, what doesn't challenge you won't change you. So from the time we were little, when we strive to walk and we start and then we end up falling down, we have a choice to either get back up and try again or just stay crawling and never try again. Can you imagine being the age that you are now and still only being able to crawl? Now, I know some people don't have a choice when it comes to their physical capabilities, and that's not what I'm talking about here. Another example is maybe at work. If you're challenged by a coworker about the work that you have done, you have a choice to either argue with them or use that as a means to see outside of the box and then find a middle ground. By doing this, you create unity and forward movement within your own work center. Now, what about some examples from the Bible? You know, the Bible is supposed to be our guide and to help us throughout this crazy life. Well, when Moses was presented with being the speaker for all of the Israelites, he argued with God more than once and said that he wasn't good enough and that he couldn't speak because he had a stutter. And God gave him Aaron to be his helper. Now, Moses could have decided, no, I am not doing this, because it was a challenge. But he adjusted and he went along. And when you look in the Bible at how Moses was before he took that challenge to how he was after he took that challenge, there was not just a change, but there was a transition in Moses, and there was forward movement. He became more of a leader and not just a shepherd. Now, how about Paul when he ended up in jail for preaching the good news? He was confronted with a challenge, and that challenge was, does he continue preaching the good news, or does he be quiet so he doesn't get into any more trouble? Well, we all know that he continued preaching the good news despite being in shackles and despite being in jail. There are so many more examples in the Bible of individuals that were faced with challenges, and some allowed these challenges to change them for better, while others allowed those challenges to change them negatively. Now, in your life, it could be, something that you are currently going through at your job, in your household, in your family, in your day-to-day life. And some could be very hard, as far as some maybe even losing someone close to them. So today my question is what are the challenges that you are facing in life right now? Are you going to embrace it and seek God on how you can move forward through this challenge? Because sometimes that's the only thing that we can do, because as I've told you recently, a good friend of mine just lost her child, and I just can't even fathom that. But I know that if we're still here on this earth, we're still meant to do something, and we still have people that we're supposed to help. So God sometimes is going to be your only person that you can lean on to help you move forward. You can move forward through the challenge, or are you going to give up and allow that potential that God's put inside you to go to waste? In order to get to the next level, sometimes you have to climb stairs. Yes, there's elevators, but if there were no elevators, you have to climb the stairs. That takes work sometimes of every part of your body. So meaning in order to move forward, you have to put in the effort and embrace the work it's going to take to get you there. So I don't know what you're going through, what challenge you have during this season, during this time frame, but I want to encourage you that challenge, if it's not challenging you, then it's not going to change you. And we're all meant to move forward. We're all meant to progress. We're not meant to stay stagnant. When water stays stagnant, what happens to it? It begins to stink. And the purpose of which water is supposed to be has lost its purpose. So don't allow your life and yourself to become so complacent and so stagnant that the only thing that you're doing in this life is stinking it up. I love you guys, and I pray that this message encourages you and motivates you to push past your challenge. Where every challenge is, there's something good on the other side, but you have to get through that challenge in order to get to it. Let this motivate you and inspire you to continue moving forward. Share this with somebody else who you know is going through a challenge and who could use some encouragement and motivation. I hope you guys have an amazing day, and this is encouragement and motivation from my heart.